Hey, 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 welcome back to the Gemini channel. My name is Laura. If you're new to the channel, I'm going to do a general message for Gemini. Know that energy is fluid, roles could be reversed, interpret the message as it best resonates. Also know on this channel and all my channels, I like to go deep within the reading. So we do look at everything, but we take time to look at the spiritual blocks, shadows, see how they play out as karmic themes. This will allow you to understand why everything's playing out the way that it is, why you're attracting, who you're attracting, why a person's doing what they're doing to begin with and all that important stuff. Now, anything of any importance or relevance to the channel, you can find in the description box below. And if anytime you want to enter into winning a free reading with me, know that all you need to do is like the video, subscribe to the channel, be open to getting the reading done live. You don't need to let people know that you're on getting the reading. You can ask me all the questions that you want the day before in an email. So we can always stay private and confidential. However, I believe in spiritual law, what's best for everyone. So you're getting a free reading. I get to expose the channel, and whoever resonates with the message, well, they get to apply the information to their life too. So it's a healing channel. So I always try to do what's best for all. So those are the prerequisites. You'll know if I chose you, if I wrote the word winner underneath your comment. If I did, just find me through my email, again, which you'll find again in that description box, and just tell me what days and times that you're available to get the reading. And the day before the reading, I'll send you a link. All right. Or if I actually have time that day, I'll send you the link whenever we decide. Okay. Just like to put that out there. Also, if you're someone that's interested in shadow healing, my shadow healing coaching program is going to open up again. I don't have it open all the time because I take limited amounts of people every time I decide to open, because each coaching program is tailored to the person's needs. And it's not just about shadow healing, inner child healing, reparenting, and all the healing modalities that help you heal the effects of trauma. I do help you open up your psychic abilities, and we do life coaching. You get regular oracle readings and psychic readings. So the coaching program is very diversified. All right, I just want to put that out there. The link again is in the description box. You do have to, fill it out in order to get notified when enrollment is going to be opened again. All righty, let's jump in and take a peek and look at the energy. What's going on? What's influencing you, your connection, your situation? Self-critical, self-critical. That is the underlining energy. I want to pull one more because I'm already getting stuff. And attachment. Well, I feel as if, first of all, you're busy creating, and you're somebody that normally it doesn't have a problem in the whole creative mind. It's just you do get like beat yourself up. You are self-critical. So I feel like you're grounding and you're healing in your own way. Like, and when I say healing doesn't always mean that we're healing spiritual wounds. Sometimes we need to heal more wounds that were created in the physical, like again, affected our physical reality, like how well we make money, whether we find our process, whether we find. So I feel like you were brought up in an environment that was very critical of you. They didn't understand your process. Again, I feel like you're someone that beats to your own drum. You do things differently. So again, there has been times in the past that you've been very codependent because of this self-doubt. But now I feel like you're working through whatever spiritual blocks that you have, and you're trying not to be self-critical in the whole process because you're realizing all that does is stagnate you. Now, I also feel like because you're healing and you're in this energy, you're not giving a person that you're connected to energy, someone that's connected very much to you, and someone that was more like an attachment, someone that was very codependent, someone that was expecting you to act a certain way, someone that was expecting you to be the fixer, be the healer, be the nurturer, look the other way. Attachment doesn't necessarily mean balanced. It means you feel like home. And it's also a sense that this person doesn't know how to fill up their own cup to have enough of their own energies to sustain them. That an attachment means they're getting energy from you, from something again that they can't do for themselves. Because whenever we're talking about attachment, there's always a negative, tone to that. Because people don't form attachments. Attachment means need. I need that. So, I mean, people form them, but if you're going to form them, you're not going to get a good result over time because it's not built on truth. The truth is that we are in love. We don't need anything outside of ourselves. We're abundant. Now, does that mean that we don't see parts of ourselves that are broken? We do. Everybody has parts of themselves that they feel are wounded, I should say, and they create shadows. So I feel like you're working through your shadow. Somebody that's connected to you is not working through their shadow. So they're still in this obsessive behavior, focusing on you, that you're not giving them any attention. And I feel like at one time you were giving this person attention and they weren't giving you any energy. So it's almost like the tables have turned. And it's mainly because you decided to like take your power back by first and foremost trying to heal yourself. Did you know that that's what you were doing? I mean, you probably didn't think, well, I'm healing myself. I'm trying to like work on my career. I'm trying to create, balance within my life. It's again something in relevance to the physical world. It's not like you have a psychological wound that you're trying to do shadow healing. And being connected to someone that was very reckless, again, didn't care. I feel like they were in and out of your life. I feel like they, made it very, very well known that they did not want to be in a committed relationship. They created illusions like there was this that you and them like had this really deep love affair connection. I feel like this person like love bombed you. It's like, and it's not that you didn't feel that they had a connection. However, their actions and what they were really saying were not in alignment. And so, again, you're like, you could see, you're like, you just want me to like think that I'm the only person that you're talking to. You want to think me to think that you have all these feelings for me and that you're a good person, that you just, been hurt by a few people. That's why you hold your energy back from me. Yeah, they wanted you to be like the savior. This is this person, the fixer, the savior. If you're hard on yourself, then and you're not acceptance of yourself, it's very common that you would be the fixer in other people because you're like, well, I can't fix myself. So eventually we give up and we do give energy to other people. So I feel like at one time when you did meet this person, there was more of a codependent energy where you were more willing to give them time. You were more willing to give them energy. And you bought into the illusion. But this person was reckless. And so again, you saw that your energy was being like drained more on them and what they're doing and the safety of yourself, emotionally safety of yourself being in this connection than it was about creating yourself. And then when you try to confront this person, they lash out. They don't want to hear it. They don't want to be controlled. They don't want to be told how to act. And so there's a sense of, you you would have to give up your power completely to be with this person. That they're going to do whatever they want. They have reckless behavior. So they're going to be in and out of your life, talk to a lot of different people, drink, do drugs, maybe not go to work, maybe again, to do what they feel like, when they feel like, how they feel like. And you're not allowed to say anything. An attachment is someone that, again, is like giving that person like everything to almost like create their life, meaning emotionally they're there to pick up the pieces when the person makes a mess. They're there to, be the moral support, the emotional support, sometimes the financial support, whatever it is, because this person a lot of times is very imbalanced and very reckless. Like some days they can go to work and everything can seem fine, and the other days, some days, like they don't. It's every day it's something different. You never know what you're going to get with this type of person. And that's why they form attachments, because they don't trust themselves. So part of the forming the attachment is, again, connecting to someone that they perceive as very um, capable, that doesn't need them that much emotionally, someone that has a good job, someone that life looks like it's put together well, so could actually take on the burden of them. It's like, do they say, oh, yeah, I'm going to take on the burden? But no, they say, I'm attracted to the way that you live. I like your lifestyle. It's like, I want that too. You have feelings for me. I get to benefit in, again, your life. So in a way, like, you're going to save me from myself. And all the while, I'm creating illusion of how much I really love you through this attachment. And then, but when you confront them, it's like, again, it's a trigger. It makes this person, again, even more reckless. And maybe at a time, even a little bit self-critical of maybe I shouldn't say that. Maybe I shouldn't. I feel like there's some gaslighting sometimes, again, because this person's used to getting what they want. And what they want is, again, they could like to create trouble. And it's not really purposely, but if you only care about yourself, and you're only doing what you want to do, when you want to do it, how you want to do it, and you're just forming an attachment, which is, this is what I need. This person identifies the attachment with love. It's just not a healthy love. And that's the issue. So that's why everything that this person gets involved in eventually turns like doesn't turns to problems, because again, they don't value anything. They don't take the time to really nurture the relationship, because the relationship is all about what you're going to do for me. It's, again, it's a very survival mechanism. Do they know that? I don't know whether they know it. They just know that, again, you're someone that's very hard on yourself. You're someone that would give a lot of energy. You're someone that, again, is like, they like the way that you live. And so again, they're looking at you from all the things that make up your life, but not from actually taking the time to get to know you by nurturing the relationship, where they would actually build an emotional bond with you, that they would actually feel guilty to take advantage of you. That's the thing. And it's because this person just feels so small about themselves, and they escape a lot. They escape in the fantasy of what the connection they perceive would be like, which is common when a person isn't coming from their true self and they don't feel good about themselves. They tend to, want that dopamine hit, and it's all about the passion. And the passion is the fantasy, but it's, again, it's not real. It's more like the magical realism, right? And the magical realism is yes, there is a fantasy and there is a love, but what makes the relationship grow is the actual intimacy, the time spent together, the time nurturing the connection, the time where you water each other. And that's really what it is. Where, for whatever reason, I feel like someone is really cruel to the person that, again, that you're connected to. So they're afraid to have that real deep connection. Don't get me wrong, if you back away from them, they will be determined to like run after you, but it's more like a competition. It's more like a get what they want. But once they have it, do they nurture it? No, that's what the issue is. Like a conquest. It's very addictive behavior. It's where this person escapes through relationship. They escape through addictions. They escape through the reckless behavior. But again, what's underneath all there is, again, feelings of inadequacy, feelings of needing a savior, creating illusions. If we're creating illusions, we're not creating our life. So then we feel that we need things outside of ourselves, which is the attachment, which is what this person, again, has an attachment towards you. They like the way that you live your life. They think that you can be their savior. There is a connection. This is what they think that love is. That's not love. It's love, like that's very selfish love, and it's a one-sided love. Again, this person isn't grounded. They're stuck in their addictions, they attachments, illusions, they're reckless. So again, that we're seeing very imbalanced energy, where it's all about manipulation after a while, because after a while, you're not going to just go along with everything that this person wants. So we also saw some gaslighting right in the beginning of this when you were dealing with them. Because again, they're going to do whatever they need to do to get what they want. Family patterns. So they grew up in some sort of codependent like dynamic where one parent had all the power, the other parent didn't, and one parent like was very codependent and was the fixer and the cleanup person and the steady and was always worried and never knew what they were going to get and didn't emotionally get their needs met. And the other person was reckless and it had alcoholic or drug addictions or, again, sabotaging behaviors that affected the entire family unit, which meant that this person grew up in that. And so, being that, it's again, whoever raised them was cruel to them. Possibly both parents. Again, if you grew up in that dynamic, parents couldn't deal with their own issues. So again, the child grew up in fear. So again, they don't feel safe in a relationship. They don't recognize a safe relationship. They don't trust themselves. They don't like themselves. So if you even try to show them love, they're gonna reject it. They're gonna, deflect it. They're gonna hear things and see things, everything through the wound. They need to heal, and they don't want to do the work. They're lazy, which is common if we have a root chakra imbalance. It's like that means we're so up in our head trying to figure out everything. But how can we figure out anything? We figure out things in the moment. Life is an unfoldment process. It's a co-creation process. This person's very reptilian, very survival, trying to base like the relationship on deceiving and getting over and living by their lower energies because they learned to live safe. So, of course, after a while, you feel lethargic. You feel tired when you're always up in your head. You become emotionally exhausted. It's like it's not fun after a while, where I feel like this person is getting like a very closed heart chakra and they need inner child healing. That's what spirit says. They just need inner child healing. So the best thing that we could do is stay, because what we see is it's like that they're afraid of the relationship. They're stuck in family patterns. There's part of them that's like, I don't want to be in that relationship because this is what will always happen. Now, does that mean that it'll always stay that way? No, that's what it is now. This person's imbalanced. So one day they could feel that they really want the relationship. The next day they could feel relationships don't work for me. The next time they could be like very obsessive, want to know every little thing because then they're triggered by their abandonment. This person's fragmented. They feel many different things. They get very, very triggered, and it depends on how balanced they are in the day. So that's why you see a lot of like the energy is just kind of like sad, angry, like obsessive. They're all lower energies. They're all energies that are coming from fear, derived from fear, because this person has inner child wounds. So the only type of relationship that they know of is fantasy. It's not a real relationship. It's like one that's built on lust and passion and craziness and ones that don't last. So we have to say, well, why did you attract this person into your life? Because you're a mirror of whom what comes into your life. So again, does that mean that you're this person? No, but the energy that this person brings to the table, you've been around before, and it's triggering things inside of you. And that is what makes you a mirror to them, not the fact that their behaviors are the same. So we see outdoors in nature. We see water, we see love, innocence, magic, dance. You know what? You did not get one bad card, believe it or not. Like these are the inner child cards, but sometimes like we find our gifts in our shadows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Sometimes we find our gifts in our shadow, and I feel like this person brought you back to a time that again you needed to clear your inner child, right? And it's from being around like parents or family dynamics that had family patterns that affected you. And part of a family pattern could just be not feeling enough love. So again, when we're not feeling enough love, we're not really as grounded. When we don't feel enough love, where does love represent? Really, our first recollection of love is mother and father. That shows support. And that really is our connection to the earth. It's connection to the ground. It's connection to nature. It's connection to everyone. Because if we have a poor connection with mother and father, then the relationships are just going to be difficult. So again, I feel like relationships were difficult because you too had inner child wounds. So again, this person actually made you get a better connection to the earth. And that's through our job. That's through again our soul's purpose. That's through again the people that we connect with. That could be friends, crafts, hobbies, interests, a job, anything that you're giving and receiving of love. The universe is just love. So again, outdoors and nature is love. And that's the support that you did not get in childhood that actually helps you connect to the physical body, then the physical world, and all physical elements of the physical world. So you found love in that, in going with the flow, really being least resistance and finding your own like dance. Like it's again when you're co-creating, that's what you're doing. It's again, it's a dance. It's like when the student is ready, the teacher appears. You're not in charge of how you manifest. It truly is magic, right? It's magic because you're utilizing all your tools. And when the first cards that when pulled out, I was like, oh, look, outdoors and water. So that I see two elements right there. So we see earth and we see water. So as we were saying, this is about you channeling your emotional energy from the pain that you were brought up in into, again, your creativity, into your magic, into your job, into your hobby, into your interest. Again, whatever it is that you're pouring your energy into at this time, because you will manifest again like magic by utilizing your magic. You're finding your magic, and really because someone stole your innocence, but you were always innocent. So almost like if you grow up in a very toxic environment, a way to survive is you went into the child mind. It pushes you into that imagination, which is the way where we find our innocence, right? If you can imagine it, you can create it, but it's like it's almost like bringing you back to a time so that you could recreate like the perception of who you are instead of still carrying around these family patterns. And that's what happens a lot of times when we go through experiences that were really traumatizing in our childhood. We form these habits and behaviorisms that even though we're out of that situation, the residue of that experience we still hold in our consciousness. It's like an imprint. It's like a memory. So in order to recreate new memories, you had to become yourself, which is magic. So you actually had to go with the flow with what was going on. And you can only do that through being in a state of love. We go with the flow when we're, again, balanced and doing what we love and connecting to people who we love. So I feel like this person did not push you into a place of devastation, like where I think that that's what they thought that they were going to do. They're reckless. They usually get their way. They have a big ego. It was all about them, wanting control because of the things that have happened in their childhood. Well, you also had a tough childhood to have gone through, like not feeling loved, not being grounded enough. If we're not grounded, it means we're up in our head, we're worried all the time. That's where that first comes from, those habits in childhood, how present you are, how grounded you are, how capable, how connected to the physical world you are. There was imbalances there because of, again, the way that you were brought up, but there were always gifts from growing up that way too. It's like because a child that survives thrives. You're in your creativity. You did find the flow. You stayed in this innocence energy, which children don't have a expectation of how things are supposed to go. They just go with the flow. It's again their least resistance. They're in their imagination. They're creating. They are more grounded. They're giving themselves love by finding themselves. So this spirit was saying it's like it wasn't about being with this person. It was about clearing those family patterns because again, though you don't channel them out the same way that this person does. Again, this person's all over the place because they haven't done any healing. Spirit says you still hold to that energy because there's not enough of new life that you've created yet. So that is pretty much the story. And we have to realize that not all the time are we getting a person in our life that we're supposed to be with for the rest of our life. They're supposed to impact our life, these soulmates, and they do because they show you a different version of yourself. They make you look at life differently. They make you look at how people think differently, and it changes you. It grows you. So it's a story of that. It's not of get to live happily ever after. No, this person that comes into your life that affects you, but mainly so that you will revisit wounds of the past. And what Spirit says is all about positive action now. I focus on the beauty in me and I find silence. I live and honor the present by doing what I can do now. What I cannot change, I let go and then trust in God. And what that is it's like you need to take care of what you can take care of, heal what you can take care of. This person is not capable of you. You cannot heal them. First of all, they don't want to be healed. Second of all, um, like it would take too much of your time and your energy. Like you only have so much time, energy, focus, and money. Put it towards what's going to grow, what's going to feed you, what's going to bring you positive energy, what's going to bring positivity into your life, just in general. Whereas it's this person wouldn't. And that's really what it's about. It's about choosing yourself. It's about not revisiting past energy that's familiar and saying, well, it's familiar, so it's what I'm going to choose. When Spirit says, no, it's about recreating a whole new life, a better life, getting to see that you get to do it over. You get to do it over your way, though. I'm going to leave that there, Gemini. You let me know how you resonated with this one. I'll talk to you soon.